Tonight, the champions of the ice take us on another skating journey. Winter is around the corner, and so too are the Winter Olympics. Compelling stories have begun to capture our imagination. Masters of the Ice return for another season, and former world champions grace the ice in Saskatoon. A Canadian welcome for Elvis Stojko. One last skate from Saskatchewan is next on CTV. Not far from Nicole Watt's hometown of Melfort, Saskatchewan. The young skater now living in Saskatoon. We'll see Nicole Watt, who did not win a medal here, later in the show. She is the pride of this province, and Saskatchewan should be very proud because they hosted a terrific MasterCard Skate Canada International. Good evening, everybody. I'm Rod Black along with Debbie Wilkes. I think we're still out of breath after a fascinating week of some really interesting stories.
You hit the nail right on the head, and I think this being an Olympic year, obviously that's going to be a big theme throughout the season. But what we saw here at Skate Canada was so typical of this wonderful type of event, where some of the stories that you predicted didn't happen and others that you couldn't have predicted did, like the return of Elvis Stojko.
There were some gimmies, and when I say a gimme, favorites that go on to do what they had to do. But you have to give them credit because they did not put it in cruise control. And I think about Jamie Salé and David Pelche, who won the pairs event, and Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, who captured the dance gold medal.
Obviously, winning Skate Canada is an important consideration for every competitor. But what they have on their mind is 3 months away, and that's Salt Lake City. They have to obviously make it through their national championships to be named to their respective Olympic teams. But every time one of these great skaters takes the ice, they're thinking Olympics. They're thinking about what they have to do at every event to guarantee a more solid placement, to guarantee the kind of consistency that makes an Olympic champion.
And the road to the Olympic Games always weaves its way, and there are always little turns. And we saw a turn with Michelle Kwan finishing third. First time that we have seen her finish third in an event in 5 years, and young Sarah Hughes rise up to the top step of the podium.
I'm sure Michelle is thinking, oh, is this like a replay of '97 where she was touted to be the Olympic champion? Everything seemed to be falling into place. And now suddenly, here comes another young American wunderkind who looks like she's not going to make it easy.
Well, you can hear the audience behind us. They're getting ready for our parade of champions, a chance to take a look back at the week that was in Saskatoon and also look ahead to the season that will be on CTV. We will also take you backstage tonight. Jamie Salé, David Pelche will be our ace reporters, microphone in hand. There's Fumea Suguri. She will also skate tonight.
Representing Canada, Emmanuel Sandhu.
One of the stories of the week focused on Emmanuel Sandhu, Canadian men's skating champion. And the tale of two programs, which really has been his story. From absolute brilliance one night to frustration in his next skate. He should have won a medal here and did not.
This is his kind of program, the show program to Ave Maria. We'll see his enormous ballet training.
not easy to do triple jumps under a spotlight.
You completely lose not only your direction, but the horizon.
And many skaters choose to just do doubles in show programs. I like his tact.
There is no skater on the face of this earth with the style and charismatic personality on the ice of Emmanuel Sandhu. I just want him to do it.
Just needs consistency in the competitive environment. Talent unquestioned. You're watching the 2001 MasterCard Skate Canada International on your Figure Skating Network, CTV. Fumiya Suguri just missed the podium here in Saskatoon. The top 3 women in the world were here, and Fumiya had a chance to knock one of them off. Here's another supremely talented skater.
Not only supremely talented as a technician, she's the full package. She hears music. She loves to skate to it. She has a sense of choreography and drama. It's just the confidence of being able to present it. versatile.
Someone we may see that could pull an upset, make it to the podium at the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Certainly capable.
Well, and if you want the kind of training it needs to overtake the leaders, being able to compete against them early in the season is exactly the kind of situation you want to be in.
Umea Suguri, who finished 4th here at the MasterCard Skate Canada International.
Our next skaters are from Russia. They placed 4th in the dance event. Here now is Svetlana Kulikova and Arseny Markov.
They became crowd favorites in Saskatoon. Likeable young skaters. Just barely 20 years old. Svetlana Kulikova, Arseny Markov of Russia.
Future Natalia Bestomianova here.
Yeah, remember Bestomianova and Buchan, actually very similar in look. They were a little dramatic. This team, a lot of fun. We're going to be watching them. They're just out of the junior ranks, 6th ranked in Russia. Let's go. Because of injury, Zhuya Shen and Hongbo Zhao, China's top-ranked pairs team, was unable to compete here. But King Pang and Jian Tong were, and they finished 4th. Another talented team from China. Tremendous throws.
Skating to Mulan, the soundtrack. An indication of how both television and the film industry have pushed their way into the world of figure skating. Skaters used to rely totally on classical music, no longer the case.
China has become a power in pair skating.
Great teams, and apparently only 4 real top teams in the entire country.
But among the best in the world, isn't that something? Michelle Kwan will skate in Saskatoon when we come back. And here is the bronze medal team in ice dance. Isabelle Delobel and Olivier Schoenfelder, second-ranked team in France. And they were very solid here in Saskatoon. I think I get a sense of their influence.
Anasina and Pizarra, perhaps. Former world champions. and the very team that this team has their sights on.
Interesting to see what Anasina and Bezera have up their sleeve this season, too, as we get closer to the Olympics. Grand Prix final, of course, will be held in Kitchener in early December. An exciting season. Sally and one of the really good stories in Saskatoon this week. The rise to the podium for the first time ever internationally on the Grand Prix circuit. Qualified now for the Winter Olympic Games thanks to their placement here. Now they just have to earn their ticket to Salt Lake City at the National Championships. Don't bet against them. Very good young team. Todd Eldridge when we come back to Saskatoon.
Please welcome Todd Eldridge.
This, of course, is the final season for Canada's Elvis Stojko, but it's also the final season for his longtime rival and friend and a real classy guy. This sport is going to miss both of these guys, Elvis Stojko and this man, Todd Eldridge.
Now you're in the world. Sound, and I kicked up Mars. Horses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been kind. Well, I wrote this song just for people like
of the greatest spinners this sport has ever seen.
And that's one of the reasons why the jumps are so textbook perfect as well.
Elton John's Your Song, sung by Ewan McGregor from the soundtrack Moulin Rouge, which was a terrific movie, and a terrific skater, is Todd Eldredge.
You know, I hate every 4 years when we have to face the fact we're going to be lonely without our familiar Olympians who have been role models of inspiration.
Canadians, please welcome Nicole Watt.
She did not win a medal here in her home province on home ice, but it did not matter to this crowd. They came to see their golden one, Nicole Watt, who finished 9th.
A little after 12, make breakfast for myself, leave the world for someone else. People say, that's just okay. They tell me to act my age. Well, I am on this perfect day. Nothing standing in my way. Perfect day when nothing can go wrong. Perfect day. Tomorrow's gonna come too soon. I could say, rebel as I am. Sundown, a little after 10. I pick up all my friends in my Mercedes-Benz. Wake up, don't tell me it's just a dream. 'Cause when I'm had enough, you'll hear me say, now don't you try to rain on my birthday. Nothing standing in my way. Perfect day, nothing can go wrong. Perfect day, tomorrow's gonna come too soon. Good day, rebel as I am, on this perfect day. I'm in the race, but I already won. And getting there can be half the fun. Don't stop me till I'm good and done. Don't you try to rain on my nothing's gonna bring me down. I could stay forever as I am. I'm in the race, but I already won. And getting there can be half the fun. Don't stop me till I'm good and done. And don't you try to rain on my I'm this
She has grown 2 inches since last season, and she still is growing in this sport, Nicole Watt. Silver medalists to come from Saskatoon in a moment. She will be one of the favorites at the Winter Olympics. She's one of the favorites every year in the big events. Second in Saskatoon was Russia's Arina Slitskaya.
An amazing story of a comeback at a very young age, touted to be the next brilliant one out of Russia. Kind of lost her direction too. A story that maybe Michelle Kwan could have a look at.
Really is a great story. She was thinking about giving up skating, went out for a run one day, bumped into this young man who she fell in love with, became her husband. He was basically a trainer who helped her get back in shape, and now she is one of the finest in the world. Life is timing.
Now, she's never been able to produce the world gold medal, but I think in speaking with her on occasion, she has learned from being so solid throughout the year and then kind of choking a little bit when it came to world.
We'll be watching over the next couple of years skating in the shadows in Russia of Elena Bereshnaya and Anton Sigurlitse, and Petrova and Tikhonov is this team. Tatiana Tutmian.
Tatiana Tutmianina.
The number 3 ranked team in Russia. They've gone from 7th in the world to 6th in the world to 5th in the world last season. I bet you they finished 4th this year.
Could be medal contenders.
Could be. Second here in Saskatoon behind Saleh and Pelche, still ahead as our night of champions continues.
Well, we're skating on Dean Martin's song called Cha 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 d'Amour. And why? Because it's a funny piece. And we like to skate on fast, funny piece because it's different from the majority of the skaters. So people can get a good laugh, hopefully.
Sometimes when you achieve greatness, a lot is expected. And so far, these two have met every expectation of becoming a world champion. Jamie Salé, David Pelletier. World champions, Skate Canada champions.
Our audience may remember this number. It was a show number that they skated in Vancouver after they won their world title. New costumes. Jamie loves the way it turns David into a comedian.
You know, when I look at you, all of a sudden my heart sings. And I remember little things. Your voice upon the telephone. And your little laugh, that's all you know. The way you smile lights up your eyes. The way you look up in surprise. And I just feel like in your touch. Oh, that I love you so much.
Cha-cha-cha d'amore. Take this song to my love. Shoo, shoo, little bird. Go and find my love. Cha-cha-cha d'amore. Serenade at her window. Shoo, shoo, little bird. Sing my song of love. Tell her I will wait, but if she names the date, tell her that I care more than I can bear. When we are apart, how it hurts my heart. So fly, oh fly away, and say I hope and pray. This lover's melody will bring her back to me. Cha-cha-cha d'amore. Take this song to my lover. Shoo, shoo, little bird. Tell her of my love.
Oh, darling, I love you so much. The secret way you press my hand to let me know you understand. The wind and the rain upon your face. The breathless world of your embrace.
Jamie Salé and David Pelletier, the pair of gold medalists at the MasterCard Skate Canada International.
Skating should be fun.
They
Even
make it fun.
competitively.
Yeah, they make it fun. Two great kids who just happen to love their sport, work very hard at it, have become world champions, and now are the favorites to win the gold medal in Salt Lake City.
I would say that is definitely true. teams 2 and 3 suffering early in the season from injury. Berezhnaya and Sigurlitsi out of Nations Cup due to a fall that they had a couple of weeks ago where Anton had his arm quite severely cut. Jamie and David motoring on, taking each opportunity as a test for the Olympic Games.
And adding touches and getting better and better with each step on the ice.
I hope they don't change a step of the free program. Since Skate America, they have been listening to a lot of people, getting a lot of advice. I think it's the kind of program, kind of like an onion, as you peel the skins away, the layers away, you find this pearl inside. By the time we see them at the Olympic Games, that program will be rich.
There was a lot of question, too, about the coaching change they made, the move they made to move west under Jan Allmark. So far, no problems.
I've never seen them happier.
Or more confident.
But Rod, what really sets them apart is the connection that they have with each other. We all feel it. Like you're watching something quite intimate.
It sure helps, doesn't it? It sure helps sell it. On the road to the Grand Prix final, the Nationals, Salt Lake and beyond. The world champions of pair skating. And just a viewing note, Off Ice with Debbie Wilkes, a new show on WTSN, down your dial. December 3rd, the season premiere, 13 episodes, a lot of great interviews, including Canadian Women's Champion Jennifer Robinson on the first show, Off Ice with Debbie Wilkes. Tickets already available for next year's MasterCard Skate Canada International in Quebec City, beautiful Quebec City, November 7th to 10th. Call the number on your screen for tickets. And so what a week in Saskatoon. Tremendous host of this event. Some great skating fans in the prairies. And what compelling stories as we weave our way through the season, a season that has just begun. Yes, Elvis is back, and that's good news for Canadian skating fans. For Debbie Wilkes and our backstage reporters, Jamie Saleh and David Pelche, this is Rod Black. Good night, everybody, from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We'll see you down the road.
To skate from USA, Jennifer Kirk.
And here she is. I'm sure her mother would be very proud. Jenny Kirk from the United States in 4th place as she starts a new chapter in her life.
Her music, the Narada collection by Kostia. Combination that eluded her in the short program, the triple Lutz double toe. And much better. And the triple combination coming up next, becoming more popular among the women, a separating factor. Triple toe, triple toe. Very good. Very secure and well executed. Very ambitious first part of the program.
That triple-triple combination, evidence of how much depth there is in the ladies' field. You've got Michelle Kwan for the United States, Sarah Hughes, Sasha Cohen, Jenny Kirk, Angela Nikodinov, and only 3 spots are available for the Olympic team.
It's not easy being a women's figure skater in the United States. It's so competitive. The field is so deep. Triple loop, a difficult jump and considered an edge jump, takes off the right outside edge. Wonderful flexibility in the spin. You can see her strong ballet training in her upper body, how straight her back is. Very comfortable with her arm movements. The triple, that's such a difficult jump, and heading backwards off the outside edge. Body counter rotates that direction. A lot of women change the edge over, making it a flip jump. Well, 7 triples landed at a very strong first outing